What's up guys? So welcome to pre-program series episode number 4. So we are talking about meal prep recipes, tips and tricks for this video. It's actually a pretty short video today, but I'm going to walk you through everything that I do for meal prep. I don't meal prep too much. I like to cook a lot of my foods fresh, but I do like to have some meals set out in the freezer or in the fridge ready to go. So I'm going to be making potato, chicken, and Brussels sprout meal preps today. So as you can see, I laid out aluminum on a pan, sprayed it with nonstick spray, and now I am cutting potatoes in half and laying them out on the pan. So these are baby, golden, and red potatoes. And right now the oven is preheating at 450 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'm slicing them up into little cubes or halves and laying them all out evenly on the pan. Now for potatoes, golden potatoes, red potatoes, I like to have salt, pepper, and Italian seasoning on it. So as you can see here, I'm actually spraying the potatoes with another coat of Pam. So what this does is it allows the seasoning you put on to stick. So like I said, salt, pepper, and then Italian seasoning, which I think tastes amazing on potatoes. So definitely give that a try. This is what they're gonna look like before they go right into the oven. And when you put them into the oven, you're going to be doing it at 450 for 45 minutes. So that seems like a lot for such small little potatoes, but that is what I'm doing. If you keep them whole, you may actually need to bake them for longer. I'm not entirely sure, but basically you want the potatoes to be making that squealing noise when you pull them out of the oven. And so this is what they look like when they're finished. Nice, crispy, golden on the edges, baked all the way through, soft and buttery potatoes. Next up, I'm just cutting up some broccoli. I actually don't cook it in advance, but the recipe for broccoli is just to preheat the oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, prepare the pan exactly how you just saw for the potatoes, so spraying it, seasoning it, everything like that on aluminum. And you're gonna do 15 to 18 minutes at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Now I'm cutting up cauliflower. So I use this raw for my breakfast actually, and I steam it each day when I make my breakfast. So I just cut it all up and put it into big Tupperware so that I can use it and have it in the fridge conveniently, rather than having to cut it up every single day. Next up, we're gonna do Brussels sprouts. I love Brussels sprouts, such a good vegetable to have. Again, the setup is exactly the same. Putting aluminum on the pan, spraying the pan with Pam, and then laying things out. So I'm cutting up the Brussels sprouts, cutting off the edges, and then cutting them in half as well. And I'm just using a family-sized bag here so I can make a bunch of these all at once. I suggest cutting them in half so that they bake thoroughly for this amount of time. If you do this recipe and you want to keep them whole, I would probably suggest that you increase the time that you are baking these for. I'm also seasoning these with salt and pepper after putting on a coat of Pam to make the seasoning stick. This is what it looks like before it goes in the oven. I did not get a shot of it after it came out of the oven because it was actually evening time and the lighting in my apartment was so bad because it was dark outside. So my apologies for that. But you're gonna put the Brussels sprouts into the oven at 400 degrees for 33 to 35 minutes. I've found that that's kind of the sweet spot to get them brown on the edges and perfectly tender but also crunchy. Next up, we're doing chicken breast. Wash your hands, guys. I bought the big breasts and I'm not even gonna cut them. I'm just too lazy at this point. So I just literally slapped them onto the pan, same setup, and I'm seasoning them with salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, cumin, and chili powder. And then into the oven they go. That's literally it. They're also going into the oven at 400 degrees so you can cook them with the Brussels sprout. It also goes in for 30 minutes if it's like a larger breast. Okay, so now you're seeing that I am assembling my meal preps. So I'm doing in these meals 6 ounces of potatoes, 100 grams of Brussels sprouts, and 2 ounces of chicken. The reason why I'm doing this for myself is because I have a harder time actually hitting my carbs and fats, and I tend to hit my protein very quickly and very easily. So I actually do a smaller portion of protein per meal so that I don't go over my protein goal at the end of the day, and I have a higher serving of carbs and fats in most of my meals as well. So I'm just putting the leftover potatoes away here with This aluminum pan method, guys, the cleanup is so easy. Literally, you just saw I crumbled up the aluminum and threw it away, and that's it. And that's the cleanup for all of these recipes, so I absolutely love this method of cooking. So like I said, 100 grams of Brussels sprouts and 2 ounces of chicken. So you do not have to use these ratios. You don't have to make your meals this way. I kind of prefaced pre-program series number 3, the grocery haul, saying that you guys don't need to buy the exact same groceries that I'm buying. This is not a meal plan. This is not you're only allowed to use these foods. If you are accustomed to thinking that way, guys, I suggest you throw away every ounce of nutritional knowledge that you think you know and just start fresh, keep an open mind, and get rid of all the myths that you've heard before about not eating after 6 p.m. or only eating protein before bed. Guys, like, the premise of tracking macros, when you set up your numbers, you just have to hit those numbers every day. It doesn't matter what time you eat, how many times you eat per day. This is a question that I tend to get a lot. How many meals should I eat per day? What time should I eat my meals? Do I have to eat right when I wake up? No, 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 no. Hit your numbers at the end of the day. Eat at a schedule that fits your life, fits your lifestyle, and just go with that. As long as you're hitting your numbers, you're going to see the progress. I absolutely promise you. Like, I have one of my biggest meals every single day right before bed, and I'm still seeing progress, guys. It's not rocket science. It's literally just calories in, calories out, proper macronutrient ratios, and working hard in the gym. If you are eating the same amount of food in every 24 hours, then it does not matter what time exactly that you're eating. So I hope that all makes sense to you guys. These are the meals that I created, and up on the screen now is going to be some other ideas for carb sources, protein sources, and fat sources. If you guys send me your starting pictures before July 17th, you're going to be on that email list that gets free nutritional guides. There's going to be recipes to a lot more of these ideas that are listed up on the screen here, so that can help you get some variety into your meal prep. So definitely make sure you enter in and send me your progress pictures confirming that you're doing this 30-day program with me. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow in the 5th pre-program series episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.